What is up, guys? Happy Tuesday night. It is about midnight here where I'm at, so happy Wednesday morning to some of you. Welcome back to another free pick video. Today I got 3 NBA player props that I love. I got a couple moneyline plays for you guys today. I have a huge announcement as well, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be a massive way for a lot of you to take advantage on getting easier access to a bigger unit size. And you guys will understand here in a few. And then we're going to cap it off with the Hail Mary parlay as well. Okay, before we dive into all of that, let's do a quick recap on how the day went. So from the last video, I gave out 3 MLB player props. Sorry, I'm trying to pull them up here. So the first one was Ellie De La Cruz over 0.5 hits, RBIs, or runs. All he needed to get was one of those, and he couldn't get any of them. So I honestly stopped even watching the rest of the parlay after that, so I don't even know really what happened because it doesn't really matter at that point. But the moneyline parlay I gave you guys, let's see, we had the Knicks on the money line and the Rangers on the money line. Both of those smacked. Like I always say, guys, the money line parlay, that's where the money's at. That's my bread and butter. That's where I cook Vegas week after week, month after month. I was hyping up Nathan Eovaldi for the Rangers. The dude ends up throwing a complete game, 9 innings. He allowed 0 runs. They won 1-0. So shout out Nathan Eovaldi. The dude's an absolute dog, just like I said. And the cool thing was the Rangers hit a solo home run in the first inning. And then no runs were scored after that. So that ended up being the difference. So shout out the boy Nathan Eovaldi for bringing us home. Quick recap on VIP. So we had a 1 and 2 day. Let's see here. Oh, whoops. Let me pull you guys back up here. Give me 1 sec. Boom. Okay. So quick recap. We hit this player profit slip, which is what I'm going to get into. That's the huge announcement. So we had the Rangers on the money line. Once again, shout out the boy Nathan Eovaldi come through. This was the first VIP play. Florida State baseball, Rangers plus 1.5, LSU baseball. Easy winner there. Next one, we had the Capitals. They hit. New York Knicks, they hit. For some reason, I decided to trust this Texas baseball team after they screwed me over a couple weeks ago. Finally decided to hop back on the train. They're playing at home against Texas State. Should be an easy winner, right? Well, Texas, they had a no-hitter going into the 8th inning. 2 outs, actually. So 8.2 innings, no hits allowed. And then Texas State goes double, triple, single, home run, and we lose by 2. So what can you do? We bounce back. And then this was the last play. We had the Marlins plus 4.5. They hit. We had UC Irvine baseball. They hit. And then we had the Mariners plus 1.5 with their best pitcher on the bump. I want you guys just to learn from my mistake. Do not ever, 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 ever put U.S. currency on the Seattle Mariners. They have the worst offense in the entire league. Like, hands down. It's not even close. They had 1 hit the entire game. So, learn from my mistake. Do not ever put U.S. currency on the Seattle Mariners. This is the last time I do it. I won't be touching the Mariners ever again for the rest of the year. Maybe for the rest of eternity. We'll see. So that's the VIP recap. Let's go ahead and get into the... actually, before we do that, let's go over here, see what we're looking like. So if you guys are looking to get my picks, winnable.com/BookieBandits, I will drop the link down in the description. I got a free plan for you guys. Looks like we have 2 month passes left. If you use code April, you're going to get 50% off the entire month. So April 1st to the end of the month. It's actually, it's a steal. So take advantage of that. I have day passes, 3-day passes, weekly passes, year passes, VIP lifetime passes. So take advantage of, you know, whatever you guys need to. And make sure you guys turn on SMS as well once you sign up for a package. That way, whenever I post my plays, you'll get a text sent right to your phone with my play right there. So you just can go copy and paste it. And then you'll also get access to my Discord. So if you're in the free plan, you'll have access to my free Discord. If you're in the VIP, you'll have access to my VIP Discord as well. So take advantage of those guys. And let's go ahead and get into the free picks here. So we're going to do NBA. We're going to switch it up. Just kind of go back and forth between NBA and MLB. Today's an NBA day. So I got analytics for you guys. The first play, Tyrese Halliburton, over 7.5 assists. He's hit this in 3 out of his last 5, 8 out of his last 10, 17 out of his last 20, and 50 out of 68 on the year, hitting at a 74% clip, hitting at an 85% clip over the last 20 games. I absolutely love the play. It's an alternate line. So his normal line was 9.5. We bought it down to 7.5 thanks to the fine folks over at Underdog. So that's the first play. Next play, also an alternate line. Donovan Mitchell, over 19.5 points. He's hit this 3 out of his last 5, 6 out of his last 10, 15 out of his last 20, and 46 out of 68 on the year, hitting at a 75% clip over the last 20. Once again, it's an alternate line. His normal line was like 25.5. We were able to buy it down to 19.5 and still get decent value, not great value, but decent value for a parlay. So make sure you guys download Underdog. Use code BANDIT1. You're going to get a deposit bonus of up to $1,000. It's legal in all the yellow and green states here. That way you guys can copy the player props exactly the way I have them. These alternate lines are crucial when it comes to player props, guys. They're going to hit at a lot higher rate. Obviously, the return's not going to be as much, but you won't be losing as much money, which is the only thing that matters when it comes to sports betting. You'd rather profit a little bit rather than lose a lot. So for the last play, we're taking Jason Tatum, over 19.5 points. He's hit this in 5 out of his last 5, 10 out of his last 10, 16 out of his last 20, and 55 out of 68 on the season, hitting at an 81% clip and hitting at a 100% clip over the last 10. Okay, a lot of the Celtics are banged up. Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday, Porzingis, all these guys are banged up. Even if a couple of them do come back and play, Tatum's still going to get his 20 points pretty easily. So I don't really care who plays in that Celtics game. I know Tatum's going to drop 20 regardless of the night. So that's the player prop for you guys. Once again, make sure you download Underdog so that way you can copy this exactly. This parlay here is going to be about a 1.6x. So if you put 100 on it, you'll get 160 profit plus your 100 back. So take advantage of that. And let's get into the big announcement, guys. So I actually partnered up with an app called Player Profit. Okay, a lot of you guys have probably heard of it. A lot of you guys probably haven't heard of it. A lot of you guys have probably heard of it but don't know exactly how it works. So I want to give you guys the full breakdown as quick as I can. I don't want this video to be too long, but I want you guys to have a full understanding of how this works and why it's such a win-win. Okay, so basically how it works is you're able to sports bet with fully funded accounts. Okay, so you're betting other people's money, right? And let me pull this up here. So this is how it works, guys. You have different funded packages, right? So this one would be funded for $1,000, right? You would pay $30 to get a $1,000 funded account. Okay, for this one, 5,000 funded, you would pay only $125. This one here, 10,000 funded, you would pay $250. $25,000 funded, you would pay $500. $50,000 funded, you would pay $800, and then $100,000 funded, you would only pay $1,000. Right? So In this scenario, right, if you get $100,000 funded account, you're only paying 1,000, right? So you're playing with 1% of your bankroll, whereas you're using the other 99% from player profits funds, right? And then how it works is you have to get through 2 phases. Okay, basically to prove that you're a profitable sports bettor. Once you get through these 2 phases, that's when your account gets funded. Okay, and a couple key things when it comes to these first 2 phases, and really the whole challenge in itself. So there's a minimum pick, right, for phase 1. You have to give out at least, or place at least 15 bets. Okay, for this example, this is the $100,000 funded example, right? The minimum risk per bet is $1,000. The maximum is $5,000. Okay, this is super important, guys. Right here, your max daily loss, okay, can only be, it has to be less than 10%. Okay, so in this example with the $100,000 funded account, if you lose 10% of your account in one day, your challenge is over, right? You'd have to restart, go buy a new package, and start, redoing phase 1. So the smart thing to do here is just don't bet more than 10% of the bankroll that you guys buy, right? The funded account that you buy in a single day. Okay, right? The most I would be betting would be 9%. That way, even if you lose all your bets and you lose 9%, at least your challenge isn't over. Okay, another key thing to note here, the max drawdown is 15%, meaning your funded account cannot go down 15%. If it does, your challenge is over. You're going to have to restart and buy a new package. Okay, once you get up to 20% profit, so in this case, if you're doing the $100,000 funded account, that's when you would move to phase 2, right? And then you would do the same thing for phase 2. Okay, you're just proving that you're a profitable sports bettor. Once you get through phase 2, that's when they fund your account. Okay, so in this instance, right, they would fund you $100,000 to bet with. Now, what's the catch? The catch is that you keep 70% of the profits once your account's funded. Player profit keeps the other 30. Okay, and all these rules still apply once your account's funded, right? The minimum risk is the same, the max risk is the same, the max daily loss is the same, and the max drawdown is the same, right? So basically, you just have to prove that you're a profitable sports bettor, right, through these 2 phases, and then they're going to fund you whatever package you buy. And then at that point, you just keep betting and running up your bankroll, and then you keep 70% of the profits. So it's a great way for, like, if you're a smaller unit bettor, to get access to a bigger unit size and take advantage of that. And then the cool thing is, too, if you guys are in my VIP, so I have a couple $100,000 funded accounts. So every day in VIP, I'm going to be posting my exact player profit plays. Okay. And I'll probably, I'll drop a couple of my plays for you guys here live on the video. I'll place them for you guys live here. So also another key thing, once you guys are in here, okay, and I'll drop all this, the link for this down in the description, in the comments as well. Make sure you guys use code BOOKIEBANDIT. Okay. You're going to get 10% off any of the packages, right? So if you're doing the 100,000 funded, instead of paying 1,000, you're only paying 900, right? Or if you're doing just the $1,000 package, instead of paying 30, you're paying 27. So take advantage of my code BOOKIEBANDIT, all caps, no spaces, and take advantage of that 10% off. And then, yeah, I mean, you can choose whatever package you guys want. And I'm going to help you guys get through phase 1 and 2. That way we can get your accounts funded. And then you guys can just keep copying my plays once it's funded and then taking 70% of the profits. So it's honestly a no-brainer. Like, if you think about it, right? If you buy a $100,000 funded account for $900, once you get funded, I mean, you could turn that 100 grand into I mean, 200 grand, like fairly quickly with that kind of unit size. So, I mean, you guys do the math. You'd be taking 70% of 200,000, or you can just keep building the bankroll, right? It's totally up to you. Once you guys are funded, it's basically at your own pace. So, what we're gonna do is I'm actually gonna cook up a couple player profit plays for you guys live here. So I was looking at the board earlier, and we're gonna do 3 straight bets. Okay, for our player profit plays. So the first play I really liked was the Hurricanes. Okay, if you guys don't know by now, I've been all over the Hurricanes all year long. They're my favorite hockey team this year to watch. In my opinion, I think they're the best hockey team all around. I actually have multiple different futures on the Hurricanes winning the Stanley Cup. So we're going to take the Hurricanes over the Capitals. And then we're going to select my funded account here. And we're going to throw $1,000 on it. Okay, so $1,000 would profit us 600. Obviously, we'd get our 1,000 back. So that's going to be the first play. Hurricanes on the money line. Bet placed successfully. Next, we're going to go over to baseball, MLB. And we're going to take the Pirates on the money line. The reason I like the Pirates tomorrow is they have Paul Skeens on the bump. It's that simple. I know the Pirates offense is absolutely horrendous. To be honest, the Pirates could score maybe only 2, 3, 4 runs tomorrow. But at the end of the day, you guys know how I like to bet MLB. You got to put your money on the good pitchers. Same thing we did with Nathan Eovaldi from today's pick. They won 1-0. It might be the same kind of game with Paul Skeens on the bump tomorrow. So we're going to throw 1,000 on this one as well. This one would bring home 800 profit plus our 1,000 back. So Pirates on the money line. Let's place that one there. Boom, bet placed successfully. And then for the last pick, we are going to go with the Avalanche spread. Okay, -1.5, so they got to win by 2 or more. They're playing the atrocious Chicago Blackhawks. I know it's in Chicago, but honestly, that doesn't worry me too much. The Avs are also coming off a brutal loss to the Flames a couple days ago, where they were up 2-0 and ended up blowing it. So it's a huge bounce back spot. We're going to throw $1,000 on this one as well. Okay, this one would bring home $740 profit plus our 1,000 back. So those are 3 straight bets that I'm rocking with. Tomorrow, we got $3,000 on the line. We just need 2 of them to hit in order to profit on the day. So that's what I'm rocking with, guys. Let's move me back up here. So take advantage of player profit, guys. It's a massive way to, increase your unit size, build your bankroll, and not have to risk as much of your own money, which is huge. So let's cap this thing off with the Hail Mary parlay. I know this was a longer video, so I apologize. Just wanted to make sure you guys had a full understanding of how player profit works. Once again, I will drop that link down in the description, maybe even in the comments as well. Okay. So let's cap this thing off with the Hail Mary parlay. We're doing a 16-legger. Who knows what could happen? But this is how it's going to go. For the NBA slate, we're taking the Kings, the Pacers, the Cavs, the Celtics, the Rockets, and the Nuggets, and the Thunder, and the Clippers, all on the money line. For the MLB slate, we're taking the Pirates, the Tigers, the Padres, the Astros, the Phillies, the Yankees, and the Dodgers. And then for NHL, we're taking the Avs, all on the money line. Parlay those up, 123x on your money. Throw a couple bucks on it. Don't go too crazy. Have some fun with it. If you guys made it this far, I appreciate you guys. If you guys have any questions when it comes to player profit, shoot me a DM on Instagram. It's bookie___bandit. So 3 underscores. You can also email me or message me or tag me on Threads, whatever's easiest for you guys. The best thing to do would probably be to just shoot me a DM on Instagram. And I can kind of explain it more in depth if you guys need that. But I appreciate you guys. Make sure you're subscribed. I drop free pick videos for you guys every single day. I try to at least. Smash the like button for me. Show some love in the comments. I appreciate you guys, and let's keep winning. Peace.